Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. Today's going to be a review of the 3 different hooks that I purchased at Finnegan's Run located in Fredericksburg, Virginia. These 2 here are both 6.5 millimeter hooks. This one, the Rowan hook, is an 8 millimeter hook. And I did get it on sale. It was originally $16.30. I got it for $12.99. The Haya is a 6 millimeter or USK. And this one was actually a really good price. Normally they sold it for $3.20 and it was reduced to $2.99. I did get 2 of these ones. One it'll be in a future giveaway, so keep a lookout for that. And then this was the only oddball that I saw. It's Laurel Hill Ebony Crochet Hook, size K, 6.5 millimeter hook. This one was made in Vietnam. The Haya was made in China. And Rowan, this one says it's a birchwood hook. The wood used for our crochet hooks is sustainably sourced and is FSC certified. I'm not sure. Made in India. There's the made in part. Wait to see if that, there we go. And it actually does say on the back that it's wood from responsible sources. It's a mix of wood, I'm guessing. And there is a fsc.org that you can check out. I'm guessing it's in accordance with being the sustainable wood. So I'm going to test these out using Ice Cream Roving Divigation. This is in the color Cool Blue. I got this last year before I moved at the clearance Michaels was having. I don't know if they carry this color this year, but I did get this last year. So as it does recommend a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook and 5.5 millimeter knitting needles. It is a medium weight yarn. It's 100% acrylic, 437 yards or 400 meters, 7 ounces or 200 grams. Now this did state that this was a limited time only yarn. And I'm not sure if they just had so much, because I've seen people still get this year. This is, you can go to Lion Brand, sorry I'm yawning. 1 second. Okay. Lionbrand.com for over 8,000 free patterns, so you can find a pattern to use this with if you don't know what you can make using this. I know Bag O' Day has a couple patterns using the Roving Divigation Ice Cream. You'll just have to check her channel out. If I can think of what where they would be located, if I find them where she has them at on her website, I'll link them in the description. Otherwise, you can just check out her 4-way tutorial patterns to see where it's listed in there. Now, I know I got this on clearance. I know obviously I didn't pay the $11.99 per thing. I want to say it was $5 when I got my first set, and then when I went back to check if they had any more, I do believe they went down to $2 a skein or skein, however you pronounce it. Not everybody pronounces it the same. So I'm going to try to center pull. We'll see how that works out here. Okay. There is a trick that you can use, but as I found out that trick doesn't always work like you think it's going to. So there's the end right there. I hope everybody's doing great today. I am recording this on Monday. You'll see this on Tuesday. I hope all of you who are moms, whether, I know I mentioned in Monday's video, whether they're 2-leggers or 4-leggers, or if you have both, You know, some people don't have kids, they have pets. So even if you're a mom or cat or mom dog, dog mom or cat mom, still, you know, you're a mom. So hopefully you were celebrating yesterday on Sunday. I should say Sunday, not yesterday, because it's going to be Tuesday when you see this. So, all right. Now, what is... See, that's why I don't like sometimes pulling from the center, because it's still tangled up in there. And now I have two ends. What did I see that other one at here? So I'm not sure which one is actually being pulled from the inside. Have you ever done that? You've gotten two ends through the center and you're like, which one do I start with? That's about what I'm feeling right now. Now this, it is a roving, so it goes from thick to thin. So the thickest part will be the 4-weight, and it probably could go down as little as a 1-weight. I don't know. This is the first time. I love this yarn, but this is the first time I've actually used it since I purchased it. Let's see. Come on. I will talk while I'm trying to untangle this. I want to thank everybody that has subscribed so far to the channel. It really does help me out. If you haven't subscribed and you like my content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell so you're always aware of when I put new videos out. If you're new to the channel, my channel is all about going to local yarn shops, checking out to see what they have, and sharing with you what I purchased and reviewing the yarn as well. That may not happen the same week that I go to the local yarn store, because depending on how long or how many videos I do wind up taking, depends on whether or not I can review the yarn that same week or if I do it the following week. Okay, so that's actually pull. There we go. Okay. Now, if I continue to pull on this. Okay, let's see. That's pulling from the outside. So we definitely don't want that. Unless it does come back around. Nope. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do here. And pardon my way around this, but I really don't want to get it tangled up while I'm trying to show you guys how I feel about the hooks. I will start with the Laurel Hill hook, the first wooden hook. That's a 6.5. And then I will test out the Rowan hook. Not the Rowan, wow. The Hiya, and then the Rowan. Because the Rowan is the biggest. It might, I want to kind of compare the two 6.5s together. Even though they're different style hooks. One's an inline and one's a tapered hook. I still want to be able to see how they fare against each other. Alright, now, let's see. As you can see, I'm still trying to get this to pull. There we go. Alright. Okay, so there's that. Let me go ahead and... Okay, well that was weird. That was not what I wanted to do. Oh yes, it was. Don't mind me. It's Monday. It's the beginning of the week. I'm just going to wrap this loosely around the other end so it doesn't get tangled up with the other side. And hopefully there's no more yarn barf. Nobody like, well, I don't know. Some people do like yarn barf. I can't deal with it. And know that there's a, I don't know if they have I think they have their own YouTube channel that don't mind. They love working with yarn barf. So, but That is definitely not my cup of tea. Okay, there is going to be more yarn barf here, guys. Sorry! As I'm trying to pull. See, I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's not worth the hassle. But other times it's okay because, it's not too bad of a yarn barf. It's not going to hold you up too long. But apparently this one is going to hold me up. Because it just wrapped around everything here. I'm trying not to hurt the yarn because it's blue and white, and it looks like the blue is actually kind of like a halo on top of the white here, unless that's something that's further. All right, that's that. Okay, so, oh my goodness. Alright, what the heck? Oh, maybe I picked the wrong yarn here, guys. Maybe I'll go back to the other end, or... Yeah, that's gonna be a mess. Why is this so tangled? Ah. Lovely. There we go. Maybe now I can get it to work right. Okay, so that got untangled. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one swatch and do what I normally do when reviewing the actual yarn, just so I have a feel for the hook, because these are not all of them are ergonomic handles. I want to see if using it over a period of time is going to cause a problem or if it'll be okay. I have noticed that using a straight hook, just a regular old like steel hook, I guess you could call them, do hurt my wrist after a while, and it could just be a mind over matter type of thing. But all right, now I'm pretty sure I have enough pulled out here. I don't know what I'm gonna make with this. I do have more of this color. I'm not sure if I have enough to make a baby blanket. Okay. So this is the, as I can take here. So this is the Laurel Hill Ebony Crochet hook. This is the one made in Vietnam. This was originally $10.16. And it was marked down to $7.99. Like I said, this was the only one that I saw by this company that they had in the sale section for the hooks. They also had a whole bunch of knitting needles, circular and standard, that were on sale. So, alright, so here is the hook. Let's see that it's got Laurel Hill K, and it's not etched in. So I'm hoping that this, after a while, that doesn't wear, but I'll know that it's a K. And as you can see, that is an inline hook. It's got a nice point on it. And this is the thumb rest for either, you could use this as a pencil grip. I'm not a pencil grip holder, I am a knife grip. So we'll see how this works. And let's, go ahead and start a stitching. I don't know, maybe this would make a nice sweater with this yarn. If you've used the roving navigation, what have you used it for? Have you made blankets with it? Have you made scarves? Have you made hats, sweaters, shirts? Let me know in the comments section. This is pretty big. I don't know if a 6 would be a right hook. 6.5 would be the right size for this yarn, but that's what it says. It recommends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I chained up 15. So let's go ahead and do some single crochet. First. Then we'll do a row of half double and then double. And then we'll change hooks. It's not a bad hook. I'm getting a little bit of you can hear the yarn being pulled across it. I don't know if you're picking that up, if my mic is too far for you guys to hear that. It's not squeaky, but you could definitely hear it being pulled across the wood. I honestly would use a smaller hook for this. Maybe a 6, maybe even a 5.5 hook. But then again, it also depends on how you want your project to look. If you want it drapey or if you want it close, the stitches closer together. Very soft though, very wearable. I would make a wearable out of it. Guessing you could make a poncho for it too. Out of it. Monday, to tell ya, I'm always tied up on Monday. My words just don't want to come out right. And in case anybody's wondering, I am feeling better with my back. It's still not 100%, but it's definitely much, much better than last week. That was not something I really wanted to have to go through again, but I know with my history that it is always a possibility. And unfortunately, I never know what causes it, just that it starts acting up. Let's see. So far, I mean, it's not hurting my wrist. It's a really nice hook. Like I said, unless you're really bothered by hearing your yarn being pulled with the hook, it's like I said, it's not a squeaky. Let me get my mic closer so you guys can maybe hear it. I don't know. All right, it's closer. So oh, I'm going back to single. No, Crystal, half double. Half double. That's another thing. I always get tied up on one stitch because I've been doing it for so long. Like I'll do a few projects with the same stitch and then I'll forget on the next one and have to remind myself, no, that's the wrong one to do. And that didn't go over like I thought it would. Okay, hold on, let me get a better tight grip on this. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to do a row of double. And then we can see what this looks like. I don't know if any of you noticed my video from Friday, I do believe. I did a review of the Offbeat. Bella made an appearance in that video. You can kind of see her stripes walk by when off to the right side. You don't think you can see her head because she's kind of looking down, but she made an appearance. I didn't even realize. I thought maybe she would have. Her sister's too short to be caught if I'm at that if I'm at the dining room table. All right, so one more row with this hook, and then we're gonna test out the haya. Now that one might look different with the stitches because it is a tapered hook, but we'll see. I never knew Rowan had crochet hooks. Obviously, I only knew about their yarn, which is interesting that they have hooks Did anybody else know that? Did anybody else know that Rowan has its own hook line and possibly knitting needles too? But I didn't see those at the Finnegan's Run, unless they just weren't over in the clearance section, because that's a pop. You know, they sell them, or they are already sold out of them. I was thinking about getting some knitting needles for giveaways as well, because I know some knitters that do watch the channel, and I don't want to leave them out when I do giveaways. So if I find something like I did at the A Likely Yarn the first time I went, when they were giving away items, I'll get those again. Or if I can find something that's, you know, being clearanced out for you guys that knit to give a try. The next giveaway probably won't be till I reach 500 subscribers. So if you know of anybody that likes to crochet or knit, and go ahead and share my videos with them. Just never know. I might be what they're looking for. I know there's a lot of new people on YouTube for crochet, knitting, and yarn related crafts. So yeah, I think, and again, this is all personal preference, that I would use a smaller hook with this yarn. And I'm not really seeing it getting too thin, so it might only go down to a 3, from a 4 to a 3. So there's what it looks like with the Laurel Hill. Let me go ahead and chain one, and then 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. It's weird that it's up, kind of upside down, but it's nice. It's smooth. There was no rough spots on that hook at all. All right, so let's go ahead and test out the next one, which is the Hiya Hiya, which is also a 6.5 millimeter hook. This doesn't even have, wow. That's kind of funny. Does Hiya Hiya know what the heck crochet is? That's funny. Let me see if I can pull this piece out so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So at the top of the little insert, it says designer knitting accessories, but it's a crochet hook. I mean, it does have a weird point at the bottom down here, but it's not a knitting. It's not an actual needle. Oh, there's where it says Hiya. That's not engraved, so that might wear off after time. Is it gonna pick up, or is it gonna glare? Let me see. No, that's not helping. I'm trying to get the right lighting. Well, I don't know. Let's see. No, too much glare on my. Okay, so that's just the 650, which is etched in there. It's like raised print. And these are made in China, distributed in UK by Homelia Enterprise Limited, hiyahiyauk.com. And I think this was interesting. So you're getting a crochet hook, but on the back of this, they have a free pattern, but it's for knitting. Why? I mean, I might check them out to see what other patterns they have available. Like, they should have crochet patterns too. But that says circular knitting needles. Interesting and funny at the same time. Okay, where did my little plastic thing go for that? Okay, oh, there it is. All right. All right, so let's see. How does this one fare with the other one? Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing, single crochet, half double, double. This one's actually not too bad. This one feels like it's a little bit smaller, like this one might have been mislabeled for the size. But then again, it could be just all in my head too, I don't know. And it could be just because this is a tapered hook as opposed to the inline. So this is more of like a boy style hook. The other one was more of a Susan Bates style hook. If that helps the preference of the description of an inline versus a tapered. Not too bad. It's actually pretty nice. I am going to see how this yarn frogs once I'm done testing out all the hooks. And then I might actually give a review about this yarn as well, since, I know I didn't purchase it from Finnegan's Run, but since I'm using it for the very first time, and I've got a lot of this too, because I actually purchased, did I actually skip? No, I didn't. Okay. I actually purchased a bunch of the, I want to say it was marshmallow colored one directly from Lion Brand or on what the heck, not Lion Brand, but Amazon directly. Can't remember where I got it from, but I got a whole bunch of it because I was like, oh, marshmallow. I love marshmallows. And I try not to eat as many as I used to, but occasionally I do get an urge to have marshmallows. I want to say I got them from Lion Brand on their website because the Michaels closest to me did not carry that color. So I was like, well, let me see. And I think they had it on special clearance or something when I did order it. So I didn't pay the full price, but I got enough. I could probably make a sweater or a cardigan out of it. I'm just not sure what I want to do with that one yet. But I got this color here, the sky blue, to maybe make something for a baby. And I got like multicolored ones. I don't even remember the names of them. I tried to get at least 2 to 3. I know that there's a little over 430 yards in each one. So I figured that at least 3 of them would be a good size for a baby blanket, depending on what stitch I used. But I'm not sure what I want to make with it now. I don't know if all these fuzzies would be good to make a baby item out of it. Oh, there we go, forgetting to yarn over before I finish the half double crochet. Alright, come on. There we go. And it looks like this is even winding up smaller than that first. See the difference? And these were both 6.5 millimeter crochet hooks. This was the half double. This was the single from the first one, half double, double. So let's see what the double looks like now. And then we will test out the 8mm. Now they did have a whole bunch of different sizes in the Rowan. They had 7mm, 8mm, 9mm. I think there was even a 10. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be like, just pick one. And whatever one I grab is going to be the size I get. Because I use all the different sizes that they had available. So it's kind of hard to make a decision. And I really couldn't buy more than one of those. If they were a little bit less in price, I might have been able to get two. That way I could have provided one in a giveaway with you guys. But if I do see this brand of Rowan at another location and I like it after I review it, I will go ahead and grab it so I can throw it in a future giveaway for you. So then you can test it out, or let a friend or family member test it out if they like the style of the hook. And the handle as well, because not everybody likes the ergonomic hooks or wooden hooks. They like the good old fashioned, just plain old steel hooks like this one, where there's no extra frill to it. That's what I'm gonna say, frill. No extra frill. I am working on something, and once I have reviewed what I'm working on, I will let you guys know about it. So keep a lookout for that. I can't really say too much just yet because it all depends on my opinion of the item when I get it to review it, on whether or not I can go forward with my plans for it. I need to pull out more yarn. I don't want to hurt this yarn, but it's like, can you just pull out for me? Come out from the center. Don't be giving me all this trouble. Alright, oops. I only got some more out, but alright, so this is interesting. So these first few rows were a 6.5mm. Oh, there we go. Were a 6.5mm hook, and even the next ones. But look how much tighter this Haya did on the next set of single, half, double, double. These are doubles with the same size hook, which doesn't seem like it would be the same size. But again, like I said, it might all depend on the difference in the head of the hook. This was the first hook I used. This was the second one. Both 6.5mm crochet hooks. So, alright, now on to the 8mm, the Rowan. Now, this one was the most expensive, but it's okay. This one has also got wood in it, but it's only in the handle of it. The rest of it's metal. That's a really long neck. So if you're working with multiple strands of yarn, this would be a good one to use because you can put all those on here. Also good with a 5 or 6 weight yarn because it's a thicker yarn. You want to make sure you have the space to do your stitch. So let's go ahead. I know this is going to look weird, but you know. Alright, because I'm using such a small. Alright, there we go. And single crochet. And again, these might work, you know, this might be better if I was using a thicker yarn for this one, but I didn't want to get two different yarns out, so I found something that took the 6 that recommended, not took, but recommended the 6.5. And I'm like, all right, well, we'll just see what the 8 looks like with it too. Anyway, you only had to deal with seeing me with yarn barf on one thing of yarn and not two. I've had the worst luck with pulling from the center of a skein. Cakes, no problem. Skein, not so much. And I think this frogging is going to be a little bit of a pain, but that's what sometimes happens when there's there's a lot of fuzz, or halo as it's also known as. Let's see, that's the turn. Wait, no, that's actually a stitch that, maybe I did miss a stitch before. I don't know. Alright, chain 1 and turn. Actually not too bad so far. Only thing that I'm having trouble with is getting through the 6mm, 6.5 millimeter stitch, because it was a smaller stitch, so. And it's probably not going to look too pretty, but this was just to test out the hooks, not the actual yarn. But have any of you ever seen these 3 different hooks at your local yarn store? And I'm tied up on this stinking thing of. See? Look at this. Look at this. That all came out in this from the center. And it's all like twisted and not good. It's actually pulling and it's getting tied up. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to work this up at a later date, and then I'll show you guys what I made with it. I mean, there's some pretty colors in this, no doubt, but it's interesting in how there's all this white here, but you don't see that on the outside. I mean, I see it, but it seems like it takes a little bit longer to get to. Okay, let's see. Okay. Nope. All right. I might only do a half. My back's starting to hurt. That's all right. I can do it. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Okay. Let's see. See how far I can get with this. I really don't want to mess with this for too long, to be honest, but I want to give my honest opinion about these hooks for you guys. And what I was saying before, my yarn barf there, have any of you ever seen these hooks at your local yarn store? These are not hooks that you'll find at a Joann's or a Michael's or even a Hobby Lobby. These are specifically available at local yarn stores. If you've ever used any of them, let me know what you thought of them in the comment section below. I have a feeling that I did miss some stitches. That's why it looks like that, because I missed this one here. So, sorry about that, guys, but so let's see, if I had to go back and fix that, not that I would have, gone this far without fixing it to begin with, but I would have noticed the next row when I was working on it, like, wait a minute, what did I do wrong here? When I'm done with this row, we'll see how well it is to get back to that. Because there are some yarns that you really don't want to make a mistake with, because you're basically going to have to just cut and start fresh, or just leave it if it's not that noticeable. But that's pretty noticeable. That's an end, and that edge went way in. Yeah, I missed it on this row here. All right, one more stitch. Can I just get one more stitch here? One more half double, please. Yeah. I'm going to have to start working with this yarn so I can get it worked up and see what I can make with them. All right, one more stitch. And then, all right. Okay. And because I already know this video is going longer than I probably anticipated it to do. All right, so the very first 3 rows, this row, this one, and this one, were with the Laurel Hill hook. And then this row, and this row were with the Hiya hook. And then oddly enough, the 8mm hook, which was 2 rows, this one and this one, was actually pretty good. The only thing that was kind of noisy, but none of them got snagged. None of them felt like they were being pulled. Didn't feel any drag. There was no issues other than with me grabbing the yarn and doing anything with that. So I'm going to give them all a 9 out of 10. The reason being that this one here seemed like it was a lot bigger than a 6.5. Okay, so, yep, there we go. I'm already hung up, and I'm not even doing much to it. All right, so pull. Oops. Pull. As Creative Grandma says, don't try to just yank it. Pull, just gently pull on the yarn, and that should help with not snagging it too bad, but sometimes it just does. There we go. And this is all because of this fuzz. And I knew this one was going to be a problem because I had a feeling. There we go. That one was because the fuzz got tied around the hook. So that wasn't the yarn's fault. That was my fault for not fixing it. So yeah, this is a yarn you would definitely do not want to make a mistake on. So you want to pay attention to what you're doing. Come on now. All right. Yep. There we go. And this is what I'm saying. If you make an error too far back, you might not be able to get back to it to correct it. If it's that noticeable. If it's not as noticeable, like it's in the middle of your work, and like say you missed a stitch or did the wrong stitch there, then I wouldn't worry about going back and fixing it. Just make sure to keep an eye on what you're doing going forward, because nobody likes to frog if it's something like this. It's just harder. And it gets frustrating because you're trying to not hurt the yarn, like I'm trying not to right this moment. There have been actually times where I've had to take the scissors and get in there and get the extra piece that's stuck to the stitch to separate it. That's sometimes just how bad the fuzz is. Yeah, I don't know if I would make a baby blanket with this, but it's pretty soft yarn. Definitely would have to watch my stitches to make sure that I'm doing them right. I think that was four hang-ups, maybe 5. I don't know. Here we go again. There we go. All right. Okay, there we go. And I'm really not trying to pull too hard on this because I know that's part of the problem. There we go. Now, would I buy those hooks again? Yes. If I ever saw them again and they were at a good price, yes, I would definitely get them again, and maybe in different sizes. I prefer inline hooks, but I know that some yarns just work better with the tapered hook, the boy style, versus the Susan Bates. And sorry if you're hearing that, it's not actually ripping. It's the strand that I'm trying to untangle from the previous stitch. Yeah, I don't know about this yarn. It's lovely, it's very soft, but could they do with less halo, please? So it doesn't stick as much together. And there we go again. Okay. I'm just pulling this out. Tomorrow I will be reviewing one of the yarns that I purchased. I'm not sure which one I'll be doing yet. And depending on what time of the day I do that, I will also be reviewing the yarn. Wow, the tea that I picked up in Pennsylvania on my way back from York, Pennsylvania. So I can give you guys a good review on that as well. That was a nice little, basically like a little country store that also had candy, like a bunch of candies that you can get by the pound or already bagged up. They had an ice cream thing in there. They had one side that was grocery, which is where I found the tea, and because it's loose leaf, they had the tea ball strainers. I don't know what you call them. I'm not ripping the yarn. Don't have a panic. Don't have a heart attack, guys. All right, now this is going to be interesting. How the heck did I do that? Okay. Okay, that was weird. That was really stuck. Okay. And I'll be reviewing each one of the yarns throughout the week. I just wanted to get the hook reviews done today, so you guys can see that. And come on, maybe. You're probably gonna hear some tearing again, and sorry, but it's not it's the halo. I promise. I would never hurt the yarn unless I absolutely necessarily had to, by cutting or actually like trying to pull it apart and it rips, or frogging it. But yeah, let me know what you think I should make with this ice cream roving divigation yarn. If you think I should make a poncho or a cardigan or a full sweater, not a cardigan but a closed sweater, and then I will come up with something to make with it, or make what you guys suggest in the comments. I do need to check. I haven't checked my comments in a couple days, so I do need to do that after I'm done videoing this. I do look at them, but my husband kind of gets annoyed when I keep checking it daily. But I want to make sure I keep up with you guys when you post any comments on the videos. Some are suggestions, some are, love that yarn, loved what you got. So, oh, come on. There we go. We're stuck again. Yep. All right. I hate doing that, but I know it's got to be done or else it's just going to stay stuck together. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. This might be one of those yarns that might be better to knit with. And that some yarns are better to knit with than crochet. And I get that. I do. But it's like, it's also kind of frustrating. But, okay, come on. I don't want to hurt you, yarn. But you're making, there we go. All right, come on. It's getting tied up again. If I can undo this down here. Undo my slip knot. Might be the only way to undo this one, which would be weird, but all right. No, we don't want to do that. We want to pull through this way. There we go. Actually, that's not working out too bad. Just gotta make sure I'm pulling on the right part of it. There we go. Go. Now I know I have my webpage shown in the description box. I will be trying to keep that updated. I'm still trying to figure out what I should post in there. I try to post, updates on it, but I have been kind of slack on it. So that is going to be my goal starting next month, is to post on there at least once a day. And that way you guys can check it out. My shop is also on there. There are things that are listed on there that's also listed on my Etsy page, as well as my Teespring or Tea account, or Spring account as it's now called. I'm still getting used to that name change. I don't know why they did that, but okay. But if there's something that you guys would like me to offer as something to purchase on my shop, whether it's through my personal website page on Etsy or on Teespring, just let me know, and I'll be glad to see if I can get it added for you. So if there's a design that you see like on the mug, if you'd like it on a shirt, or vice versa, you see it on a shirt and you'd like it on a mug, just let me know and I will get that up there on that for you. I have gone through and updated my website to be Pseudos Crochet and More. My contact email will still be Mama Bear's Creation for right now, and that is in the description box as well below. So if you want to send me an email, you're more than welcome to. I do not provide my billing. Yeah, I don't provide my billing information. I don't provide my shipping information, but if you'd like to ask for it, you're more than welcome to. I will go ahead and send it to you. I will, however, make sure that you are on my you are subscribed to the channel before I provide that, because will not have a PO box. I'll be giving you my physical address. Okay, well, that kind of nodded there, but that's all right. It's not that bad. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed today's hook reviews. again, 9 out of 10, I would buy them again, but I would find them in a different size, smaller, larger, whichever they have to offer. I have seen Hayahayas in the really tiny ones that you would use for like lace crochet or amigurumi size, and I'm not really ready for those small of a hooks from different providers just yet to try out. I do have a couple that I have already that are small enough for amigurumi, and I got that one that came with the Woobles kit. That's a 4mm hook, which was kind of odd. I thought they would give me, a 3.75. That most of the Nightmare Before Christmas kit, that's what came in that one, was a 3.75, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's a 3, but I can't remember if it's 3.25 or 3.75 for that kit. But here's the hooks again. This one was made in Vietnam. This one was made in China. This one was made in India. And then it gives you a free pattern for a knitted item. Way to go, Hayahaya. But honestly, out of all three of them, my favorite actually was the Hayahaya. I mean, the 8 was pretty good. I'll have to keep trying that one like on the thicker yarns to see how well it does on those. Did pretty well on the 4-weight, but because it's not really what you would want to use unless you want something really drapey out of a 4-weight yarn. So yeah, the Hayahaya was my favorite out of these 3. They're all good. Not discounting any of them, but out of the 3, the Hayahaya was my favorite. All right. Well, if you liked today's video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you like my content and haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell so you're always aware of when I put new content out. All right. Well, I hope you all stay safe and stay crafty. Until next time, have a good one.